Hi everyone and welcome to the Would You Be Mine Hop. We are sharing some Valentine inspiration with projects that incorporate wood, and I hope you love our projects. At the top of the description box, you're going to find a link to the next person in the lineup, and later in the video, I'm going to tell you about a prize that I'm giving away. By the way, if you get lost anywhere along the way, just use hashtag Would You Be Mine to find all of our hop videos in one place.
For my project today, I'm going to be using this wood heart that I got from a mixed media class that I took at Scrapbook Expo maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it's by Jelly Bean Soup. And I figured it was about time that I use this to make something, and I finally decided what it is I want to do, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I realized that this is kind of rough. And so, I tried sanding and realized that no matter how much I sand, there's still going to be these ridges on it. And so I've decided that I'm going to give it about 2 or 3 coats of this Mod Podge antique matte, and I'm hoping that that will help fill in some of the ridges because I'm going to be applying some vinyl to this, and I want to make sure that it has plenty of surface to adhere to. So I'm going to go put this on, and then once that dries, I'll be back.
So here we are in Cricut Design Space where I created what I'm going to be putting on my wooden heart, and I just wanted to briefly walk you through how I did this so that everything will be positioned perfectly to fit on my heart when I cut the vinyl out. So what I did was I came over here on the left where it says shapes, and I clicked on that and I clicked on the heart, which I already have up here. And then once I had the heart, I went up here to where it says size, and I adjusted the width and the height to be the same size as my wooden heart. And then from there, I came over to text, and I clicked on that and created a text box, and came up here to font, found the font I wanted, which is the Lucida calligraphy, and then I changed the font size until I got it to the size that I wanted. And I did the same thing for each of these, as you can see, and I wanted them all separate so that I can position them where I wanted them, and also to have this be a little bit smaller down here. So I am going to make one change. I'm going to double click right there and backspace, and I'm going to change that S to a small s. And you may think that's a little strange, but as you notice, I have the word one in all caps and the word love in all caps, and that's what I want to stand out is one love, because that has a special meaning for my husband and I. So next, I am going to move this heart out of the way because I no longer need it. So I'm going to X out of that. And then I am going to left click and draw a box around all of that. I'm going to come over here on the right on the bottom, and I am going to say attach. And by clicking attach, not only can I move it around together, but now when I click on make it, it is going to stay in that same position on the mat, and you can't see it because it's showing it in black. I should have done it in white, but it has it exactly the way I want it. And now all I have to do is cut that out and weed it, and it will be ready to go.
And now that my Cricut Explorer has done all of the cutting, it's my turn to do the weeding. So I'm just pulling up the vinyl here using my little pokey tool, and I'm going to be pulling it back slowly and carefully until all of the words are revealed. And now that I've got the main part of the vinyl off, I still have to go through and get out things like the middle of the O's and other parts. And so I'm just taking my pokey tool and grabbing those and pulling those out. And once I get that done, it'll be time to put transfer tape on this. Okay, I've got the transfer tape on, and now it's going to be time for the moment of truth. Is this going to actually stick? Okay, and now that the 3 layers of the antique matte Mod Podge have dried, I think it is time to put the vinyl on. And to do that, I'm going to move this a little bit closer to me, and then we'll get started.
This took a little while to do because I'm used to vinyling semi-trucks and vehicles and windows and mirrors and walls. So working with lettering this small and trying to put it on something that isn't very smooth is definitely a challenge for me. But I'm up for the challenge. And if you're wondering what that is that you see me putting on there every once in a while, that's a rice sock that I heated up in the microwave just to warm this up a little bit because I'm used to working on things out in the sunshine where it's warm and thought this might help a little bit, and it did.
Voila! Well, that definitely took a lot longer than it does for me to do vehicles or windows or mirrors. And I was really worried about this tiny stuff down here, and especially those little dots. I am totally surprised I had the least problem with that than I did with some of the other stuff. But it's on there and it came out beautiful. And some of you may be wondering, what I'm going to put over it as a sealer. But I'm not, because this is permanent vinyl and I have never put sealer over it. It lasts on our semi trucks for years and years and years and years and never comes off out there on the road, in the weather, through truck washes. And since this is just going to be inside, I think it's going to be fine just the way it is.
Before I finish my project, I'm going to tell you about the prize I'm giving away. To keep with the wood theme of this hop, I'm going to be giving away this wood grain digital paper pack from Crafter's Castle. This giveaway is open internationally, and what you need to do to be entered is to be 18 years or older and leave me a comment below telling me what your favorite Valentine gift is.
Okay, I have everything together to finish decorating this with. I've got this little baby's breath and leaves that I took off from this pick that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I made a burlap bow with my Zutter Bow It All that I'll share with you all someday. But I got this burlap ribbon, I believe, from a thrift store. And I've got these little wooden hearts that I painted with this home decor Whisper White chalk paint. And I got those wooden hearts from BB Craft a couple of years ago. This bag came with like 200 hearts in it, all different sizes. And I checked and I don't see that on their website anymore, or I would give you a link. So I think that's everything I'm going to use. I've got my hot glue gun ready, and it's time to start putting this together.
And here's my finished project, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out, and I can't wait for my husband to see it. And I hope that you love this too, and I hope it gave you some ideas of your own. Thank you all for hopping along with us today. And for more inspiration, don't forget that there's a link to the next person in the lineup at the top of my description box, and any other information you need will be in my description box as well. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.